Hello and welcome to my channel, Crochet and Copy. My name is Judy. Today I'm going to show you how to make this easy crochet beaded bracelet. Let's get started. These are all the supplies you're going to be using to make a bracelet or beaded bracelet. I'll go over them with you. We're going to be using the crochet thread. It's the fashion number 3, Aunt Lydia's, and it's the number 1 super fine. The color is natural. And the crochet hook we're going to be using is the E4. It's the 3.50 mm. We're going to be using the beads. It's the 6C beads and the size is the 14 plus. Just so you know, I got that at Hobby Lobby, or stitch marker. And then our yarn needle. And we're going to use our beaded needle to bead on our beads onto our crochet thread. The one I use is the collapsible eye. I think it works good for the size of beads we have. And also too, we're going to use the Design by Me bead mix. It's from the Jesse James collection. This one I got at Walmart, and we're going to use that bead as our clasp to close up our bracelet. Lastly, our scissors we're going to use. So this is all the supplies, but don't worry, I put the description below. I put this information in, and there's also a PDF, and in the PDF you could find all of the information regarding the color and everything, or other details you need for the supplies. So the description below. But let's get started by stringing on our beads. So before we get started stringing on our beads to make our bracelet, I just want to let you know that I'm going to show you today how to make this small size bracelet that matches up with my size wrist, because I have a very small wrist. But woman size bracelet usually comes in 7 inches. So below in the description there's a PDF that covers 2 of them. It shows 2 sizes. I call this the small size that matches up with my wrist size, and the regular size for the 7 inches. So don't worry, we have that covered. Remember, that's below in the description. So I just wanted to show you that and let you know before we start stringing on the beads. So let's get started with that. So to start off with, we're going to choose one of the beads from the Design by Me, the Jesse James collection, and this is going to use as our clasp for our bracelet. And I choose the little round one. It's a ball like. I like it. I think it's pretty. So we're going to put that on first. And of course, we have our collapsible eye needle for beading. So for the small bracelet, what we're going to do is we're going to put on 37 of our beads. So you got to string them on. So keep on working with that till you get 37, and I'll meet you there, okay? Keep on working. So we have completed putting all our beads on. With the Jesse James bead and our glass beads, we have 38 beads in total. So now for round 1, what we're going to do is make a slip knot stitch, and this is how I do it. There's different ways of doing it, of course, so feel free to use the method you prefer. And I just tighten it up so it holds around nice and tight around my hook. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do 38 chain. So a chain is yarn over your hook and pull through. And for the 38 chains that we're going to make, keep your stitches as tight as you can. This helps with when we're making our bracelet. Looks nice. So I like to tug on it when I'm doing my chain. So we're going to do this for 38 times. So 38 chains, and I'll meet you there. Just keep on working with it. So now we have completed doing our 38 chain. So the next step now is we're going to put 1 single crochet in the second chain from our hook. So the first chain is this one right here next to where our hook is. So not that one, but this one. This will be our second chain. So a single crochet is just go into your stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So now you have 2 loops on your hook, and then you're going to complete it by pulling through when you loop over again on your hook, and there you go. That's 1 single crochet. So for the the following, we're going to do the same thing. The following chain that we have, we're just going to work till we get here with the single crochet back to where we started. So again, the single crochet is yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again and pull through to complete it. I'll show you one more time. Go down into your stitch and yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through. So 1 single crochet till you get to the end, and I meet you there. Keep on working. So now we made it back down. We did 37 single crochet to make it back to where we started from. So now that's completion of round 1. So this is how it looks. So round 2, we're gonna chain 1, and chain 1 again is just yarn over and pull through, and then we turn. And then now for round 2, we're just going to put 1 single crochet into each single crochet we did from round 1. So that will make it, by the time you get back to the end, because we're working the back now, because this is the front of our pattern and this is the back, you get your 37 single crochet in the stitches. So work with that and I'll meet you there. So now we completed round 2 by putting 37 single crochet to back to our end. So now round 3, what you're going to do is do 1 chain, and the chain again is yarn over and pull through. And that's 1 chain. Turn your work, and we're going to start round 3 now. So round 3, what you're going to do right here, this first stitch right there, we're going to put just 1 single crochet. So again, the single crochet is to go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again and pull through those 2 loops. And there you go. The next stitch now, we're going to put a bead in. So pull up a bead from your yarn, and then now when we do our regular single crochet, this is what we do, and that's it. But our bead end up in the back of our work, so we don't want our bead in the back of our work, one in the front. So what we're going to do to add our bead, we're going to take it and put it in front of our hook and hold on to it. I know my hands are going to be, my fingers I should say, is going to be in the way, but we're going to hold on to it, and we're going to go into that stitch, and then see the bead there, we're going to pull up a loop. So hold on to it while you pull up that loop, because you want it nice and tight. So now you still like the regular single crochet, it's just a regular single crochet doing 2 loops on our hook. We're just going to pull straight across, so we're going to complete that single crochet, but we're adding a bead. So that's the pattern for round 3, is 1 regular single crochet, and try to keep your little beads as tight or sturdy as you can in your single crochet when you put it in. So pull up another little bead, and then remember, keep it in the front, hold on to it in the front of your hook, go into your stitch that's right here, and then yarn over, pull up, loop. You have your 2, tighten it up so you hold on to it, and then pull across and complete it, pulling it. I'll try to like give it a little tug too to make sure it stays in. So that's our second bead on. So the next stitch will be a regular single crochet, and the next, pull up another bead. Then remember, keep the bead in the front of your hook, hold on to it, go into your stitch, then pull up a loop, hold on to it with your thumb, there it is, and then yarn over and pull through to complete it. And there you go. So that's how you add your beads to your work. So that's the pattern. So keep on doing that till you get to the other end, and I'll meet you there. So now we made it down we finished putting on our beads for round 3. So now round 4, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and then turn our work. So chain 1 and then turn our work. And then for round 4, what we're going to do is just put 1 single crochet into each of our single crochet we did from round 3. So you're going to have, at the completion of round 4, you're going to have your 37 stitches. So it's just 1 single crochet going back down. So now we're working on the wrong side of our work because we put our beads on our right side of our work. So I'll meet you at the other end of row 4. Keep on working with that pattern and I'll meet you there. So now we finish round 4. So round 5, you're going to chain 1, turn our work, and for our first stitch that's right here, we're going to put a bead in. So pull up a bead. Remember, hold on to it in the front, go into that stitch, hold it as tight as you can so it stays in the front, and then you just pull up a loop and tighten it up, and then complete your single crochet. There you go. So that's our first bead on. So the pattern for round 5 is you're going to put a bead on, and then the next stitch will be a regular single crochet. So pull up another bead, and the next stitch is right here. Put the needle here. The next stitch will be right here. So we're going to put a bead there. So hold your bead in the front of your hook, go into your stitch, pull up a loop, hold on to it with your other thumb, make sure it's nice and tight, and then complete your single crochet. And then a regular single crochet without a bead. And the next one, the next stitch will be here. That will be a bead. So you will have a bead, no bead, a bead, and no bead. So keep on working with that pattern for round 5, and I meet you at the other end. So this is how it looks for the completion of round 5 with our next set of beads on. So now round 6 and 7 is going to be the same thing. We're just going to put 1 single crochet. So remember, it's chain 1 and you turn your work, and then for each of our 37 stitches we're just going to put 1 single crochet, and that's for round 6 and 7. But the end of round 7, put your stitch marker in and I'll meet you there. So again, round 6 and 7 is just 1 single crochet. Keep on working with that. I'll meet you there. So we completed round 7. We made it back to our end of our row and at the front of our work. So put your stitch marker into that last stitch of round 7. Now we're going to work on the borders of our bracelet. So we're going to put 1 single crochet into that little gap that we have right in front of our bead. It's just going to be 1 single crochet, and the next is behind our bead, 1 single crochet, and I'll pull up our last bead. That's our clasp bead. So I like to keep him in the back for now, unlike what we did with the other beads. Keep it in the back, and the gap that's right there, we're going to put 1 single crochet, and this is to hold our last bead in place. So keep it tight as you can. Pull on your little stitch so he stays nice and tight. That's our bead, and just complete your single crochet. There you go. So we added on our bead. So the next little gap, we're going to put 1 single crochet, and then we have 1 more. We're going to put 1 single crochet. So now we're back to where we started our first chain to start our bracelet. So we're going to put one single crochet, and that's the start going back down the other side. I like to hide the extra little tail that we have. I'll show you how you do it, but I want to show you first this little space right here is where we're going to put our single crochet, because we're going to single crochet up this end. So before I go into my hold, I make sure I have my extra tail in the front of my hook, and just do your regular single crochet. There you go. So again, it's just one single crochet going back down to the other end. But of course you're going to keep your tail in the front to hide it. Well, I do it that way so I don't have to weave it in later, but you don't have to do it. But I'm moving out the way so you can see what I'm doing for right now. The next, it's like right here. So you're going to put one single crochet into all our little stitches that we started off with. Okay, and we're going to go, and I meet you at the other corner, and I'll show you what to do next. So just one single crochet till you get to the corner here. Okay, so we completed our single crochet, so it should be 37 that we did to come back to our next corner. So now what we're going to do is there's a little gap right here, so we're going to put one single crochet right there. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go all the way over to the end here to our last gap, and we're going to just put one single crochet so we could hold it or chain in place, and that's it. So that we'll be able to put our clasp together. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go up the other end till you get to your stitch marker, and you're going to put one single crochet into each stitch. Okay, so just one single crochet back to your stitch marker. Then I'll show you what to do next. So now we made it, and you should have 37 single crochet that we came back to our stitch marker. Well, 36 I have right now, because I'm going to take out the stitch marker and then complete. This will make my 37 single crochet back, because that's where we end off with our round 7 when we put our stitch marker in. So now what I like to do is to put one more single crochet right on the top for corner, because we're gonna cut off, and I want to show you how I weave it in, because I want to weave it in on the corner. So just pull a long tail out and then cut it, and then I get my yarn needle and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I cut off my yarn, and now I have my yarn needle. So we did that first stitch here on the top, so the second single crochet, just going to go through it like we're going to do another single crochet, trying to hide our tail as best as we can. Then turn it, and then going to go in the back of the stitch right here and pull it. See how the front is? This is the back. So now we're going to start weaving it in. So we hide it, because I like to hide it and get some nice good, when you hide it this way, you get a lot of stitches options to hide it. So that's it, what we're going to do. So I'm going to go some down here, come back up, and so forth. So just keep on weaving in till as much as you can, and this helps hold it in place. So this is how our bracelet looks. We completed weaving our end in, and we trim off our tail, and that's how the back looks. And this is our front. So much fun making them. I did more bracelet, and I used different ones with the Jesse James to just show you how they look when you try different beads with them as the clasp bead. So these are what I made so far. I think my favorite is this one because it has the little like beads inside and it makes the noise. So I hope you enjoyed making them as much as I did. So I just wanted to show you how our final product looks and how it turned out. Of course, these are the small size bracelet because I have the small wrist. But like I said, this is my favorite. I like it. You could wear it in the front or you could wear it in the back. Either way. I also like this one. But I like all of them. And of course, try different of the beads to close it up. And that's how it looks. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have fun making them as much as I did. I love it. I love it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye bye.